Hey everyone, how's it going? It's been a while once again, but I'm back to bring you another video today. This time I'm going to do a follow-up review on my Nike Hypervenom Phantoms. So I've had these a couple months now. I got them before Christmas, but it wasn't until shortly after first couple weeks of January where I started wearing these. So I've had them for a good little while now, about 8 weeks of good use. So I'm going to give you a bit of a follow-up like I said I would do. So this video is just going to be my opinions about the shoe, what I think of it, its good, its pros and cons, and that sort of thing. So we're going to get right into it right away. I'll start with the upper material and my initial impressions of the shoe. So the upper is made out of Nike's synthetic material, which they call Nike Skin. So it's a very thin synthetic material, very soft to the touch, and it's got this unique honeycomb pattern built in, and I believe that's just due to its the layers of Nike Skin molded over each other to create the upper synthetic. So that's how they get that pattern. I'm not exactly entirely sure how that pattern is developed essentially, but with the support cage underneath that you have on the inside, you can kind of see it on the inside of the shoe when you look into it, and the several layers of Nike Skin molded over each other. That's how they create that sensation, or that feel, I suppose is a better word. So that's what the upper material is made out of. So it does stretch. So that's one thing I want to enforce and make people aware of. The material does stretch. So if they're snug from right out of the box the first time you wear it, don't worry about it, because they will stretch. And I think that's actually a negative part of this shoe. Most synthetic shoes don't stretch. If they do, it's a very, very minimal amount, but most don't. This one does significantly, not to the extent that K-leather kangaroo leather, but it does stretch. So the shape or the fit of it right out of the box is very different from the fit out of it after several wears. It's still a tight-fitting shoe, but being that the material stretches, I feel like there's almost a lack of support, and that's one of the reasons why this shoe is not one of my favorites. So I'll say that right away. It's not one of my favorite shoes. I do wear my Predators in games. I haven't really worn this one in a game. I'll wear it in a small 7-a-side game I have, with a team of mine that's just a bunch of my friends that we play for fun kind of thing. But I won't really wear this in one of my games because I'm not as comfortable in it. Because of its stretch, because of its shape, and because of the way it fits, I almost feel like there's a lack of support, and you do feel as if your foot's almost sliding from one way to the other as you're changing direction, as you're running, as you're getting touches on the ball. Now the touch on the ball is very nice. The synthetic is soft, like I said. It's a very unique feel on the ball. You can feel the ball move. You can, because that's just the nature of the shoe, being a thin, soft synthetic shoe. But it almost, like I said, it almost overstretches to the point where you feel as if you're not sturdy enough in the shoe. It's not secure enough when it's on your foot. And that's one of the reasons why it's not my personal favorite shoe. I don't feel locked down in the shoe. I don't feel very much support in the shoe, and I think that's due to the nature of the synthetic. Now, some people might totally disagree with me and say, oh, I like the way that feels, and that's fine. I mean, that's their opinion. This is mine. So it's just not the kind of feel that I would go for in a shoe. And unfortunately, it's not been one that it's not one that I'm gonna rush back to the store and say, oh, I need another pair, because it's just not my ideal shoe. So I'm glad I have them. I'm glad I tried them out, because it was a shoe ever since they came out, way back from the first colorways back in, I think these came out in 2013 now. So it's almost a full 2 years that they've been out. But ever since they came out, I did want to give them a shot. I'm glad I did, but it's been somewhat of a disappointment to me as far as how they feel, because they're unique. The synthetic feels very, very, like I said, very unique. There's nothing else out there that feels the same way. But unfortunately, it's a bit of a letdown. It doesn't hold up to what I thought it would be, at least in my opinion. So that's kind of the upper. The rest of the shoe, there's not much to it. It's made out of Nike Skin. That's the whole selling point of the shoe. A thin synthetic upper, very lightweight shoe. It's only about 7 ounces or 7.5 ounces, something like that. So it's very lightweight. There's no complaints about that. But it's just, the selling point of the Nike Hypervenom Phantom was its Nike Skin upper material. Very thin synthetic. Jesus, can't pronounce it. Thin synthetic that just, that was the whole point of it. It doesn't have much else on the upper. There's no sort of tech like you'll find on the Predators or anything like that. It's just Nike skin with its ACC coating, which is for all conditions control. So it does have a bit of a waxy touch to it. But I think it's a little bit more waxy the first time you wear it out of the box. As you wear them, that sort of feel kind of wears out a little bit. So it's more of just a soft synthetic now, with a little bit of that waxy coating, I guess. So that's kind of how it feels. I'll move on to the Soleplate right now. The Soleplate is, you can see it right here. You got 4 conical studs in the heel. You got 3 on the outside, 3 conical on the inside, conical studs, and then you've got a toe pick stud here and your support stud in the middle. Now, I don't have very much to say about the Soleplate. A Soleplate's a Soleplate. I find that companies are getting very good at creating Soleplates that are provide enough traction for a variety of surfaces. So, I play generally on artificial turf, and I have absolutely no complaints about this. I don't slip or anything like that. The studs they're not so thin where they pierce the ground instantly to the point where it's almost dangerous, but they are sharp enough to, I guess sharp's not the right word, they are aggressive enough to penetrate the ground quite easily to give you a decent amount of traction on any type of playing surface. So the stud pattern's good in that sense. It provides a lot of traction. It works well. These 2 studs, they have a support stud on pretty much every shoe nowadays, and I don't know if it does all that much, but I guess it's there just to provide that extra sort of stability in the midfoot, right under the ball of your foot. So it's a good support. It's a good stud pattern. It's got a decent amount of support throughout here, reinforcement to keep its shape, to keep it strong, right through the midfoot. And then the other thing that the Nike Hypervenom Phantom sort of promoted, I guess, was this split toe design. If you can see it right there. Now, I guess the idea of that was to provide a bit more flexibility depending on what way you're pushing off. If you plant your foot and you're leaning a bit more towards your toe, the idea was that it would flex more this way. Your toe would flex more, and the other part of your foot would raise a little bit, just like the natural movement, so you could accelerate a little quicker. Now, I honestly think that's a complete gimmick. I don't think that this split toe design provides any more flexibility one way or the other, in this sort of movement. But I get the idea. It was a unique idea, but I don't think it does anything. It's just a little bit more of visual, aesthetic look, I guess. In the end, that's kind of what it's turned out to be. So, the Soleplate's made out of a Pebax material, so it's strong, it's sturdy, it's very good. The studs haven't worn out at all, pretty much. But that's also, I haven't worn these as much as I have other shoes, to be very, very honest. For the last month or so, I'll wear these when I'm coaching, and I'll wear them on my 7-a-side team, and for those hour games where you're playing in a small-sided space and you're just having a bit of fun kind of thing. So that's kind of where I wear these. I'll throw them into a training session every now and then, but it's not like I'm wearing these every week. So they've held up well, but again, I've not put them through the toughest test, to be very, very honest. So. Durability-wise, I know there's been problems with the Hypervenom in the past. There's a bit of detachment coming, or at least starting up almost around the entire part of the bonding agent from the upper material and the Soleplate. They're starting to, you can see there's a little bit of a gap there. They're starting to come apart, all the way around almost. It's pretty good in the heel. The heel has held up well, but along here, kind of in the front, a little bit. I'm being very, very picky here, but that's kind of the worst spot there. But if I were to wear these for 6 months, 3-4 times a week, every session without another pair of shoes, I could see how these would not last very long. They're very thin, and they're very questionable as far as durability goes. I don't want to say that they're not durable, because I don't want to prevent anyone from purchasing a pair. If they're interested in the Hypervenom, if they like it, that's their decision. Go for it. But I can see how these are not the most durable shoe. There's definitely other ones out there that will provide a more sturdy construction, a better fit for different types of feet. That's the other thing I guess I'll talk a little bit about. They're not narrow. I think the Mercurial Vapor will be a narrower shoe than this one. This one will be a bit more suitable for a few more types of feet. I guess that's the best way I can say it. The Vapors are really for thin feet, narrow feet. These ones will fit an average sized person. I mean, I have a wide foot and I'm still getting into them okay. But they're not the best fit for a very wide foot. So they fit me all right. I have a very wide foot. They fit me okay, but like I said, there are better fitting shoes for my type of foot. So that's just something to keep in mind if you have a wide foot. They'll fit you. They're going to stretch. They'll mold to your foot. That's due to the Nike skin. But there will be better fitting shoes out there, just so you know. So keep that in mind. So I mean, that's pretty much all I have to say about them. It's like I said, it's not my favorite shoe. I'm not going to be rushing back to the store to pick up a second pair of Hypervenoms. I'm glad I tried them. I'm very glad I own them because, like I said, they're it's a very popular shoe. It's one that's a lot of people have tried or currently wear. So it's definitely unique, and I'm glad I was able to be a part of that sort of group of people, I guess, that got to wear these shoes. It's a good shoe, but like I said, not my personal favorite. I would think there's some durability concerns in the long run. If you were to wear these very, very consistently, I don't think they're going to last you as long as other shoes out there. They do provide a very unique fit. They are one of a kind on the market, that's for sure, but not my personal favorite. I'm sticking to my Predators, my instincts. As I am, I think, with pretty much every review I've done, even with the Magistas. I like the Magistas, I think, better than these ones. Those of you that have seen my videos, they know that I had a pair of Magistas last summer, and they broke on me, so they weren't the most durable shoes, but I did like those. I enjoyed wearing those more than I enjoy wearing the Hypervenom. So just for that comparison, for me personally, I like the Magistas better than I liked the Hypervenom Phantoms. However, the Predator Instincts, they're very tough to beat. Those are top of the list for sure. They're most comfortable shoe. They're incredible, absolutely incredible. I said I would do a review video on those, and I still haven't done one. I'm sorry about that. I've been busy. I've put out other videos with a bit of some newer content at least. So I will still try and do one. Maybe I'll do a video right after this one. But those Predator Instincts, they're definitely top of the list for me. So without anything else really to say about these, that's it. That's the follow-up review, the playtest review of the Nike Hypervenom Phantoms. So, again, thanks for watching. Stay tuned to the channel. If you like the video, please leave a like. Subscribe to it if you haven't already, the channel. It really helps me out. So, if you want to see more videos, hit that subscribe button. And again, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you soon.